Hey everyone, how's it going? Five Finger Shuffle. We are back with another video. It is Christmas Day. It's about 9 o'clock at night here. So I thought I would jump online and record a video for you guys. Because I did stream yesterday and we did a whole bunch of summons. We did a little summon party for Christmas Eve where we did, every time someone followed the channel, we did a summon for them. And then every time somebody subscribed to the channel, we did 5 summons. So we did all of those, and we really got absolutely nothing. Let's collect this. But then I did a couple summons off of stream, and basically I was like, all right, I'll do one more pack. And in typical Shuffles fashion, we got some good stuff from those 10 summons. So what I want to talk about in this video is, first of all, what we got. Second of all, what I've basically learned in this game in the first, I guess, 5 days of playing so far. Also, a little comparison to Dungeon Hunter Champions and Summoner's War, which are the 2 games, I guess, that people know me from most. And then at the end, if you're still watching, we might just have a ML summon for you guys. So stick around for that if you want to see the ML summon at the end. First things first, I want to remind everybody to don't forget to sync your account. If you're not already syncing your account, make sure you do it. Then you can come in here, you can set your friend rep. This is what we pulled the other day on stream from our 10-10 summons, which we had 3 summons, but we got this lovely lady right here, Tenebria. Also, if you want to set your rep, one thing that was very confusing for me when I first started the game is how to set my rep, because I set her as my rep hero, but that doesn't mean that that's the champion that people in your friends list can use. So I did that, and I thought that everybody could use her, and turns out it couldn't. So what you have to do, instead of going to select rep hero, you have to go to change supporter. When you go to change supporter, it'll bring this screen up here eventually. There we go. And you can actually have up to 7 different friend reps. So we just selected our most, like, you have to have 1 of each type, and then I guess the computer picks which one is best for the opponent, and we'll sub it in for them. So we just put these in here. For those of you that have been watching the stream, you can see some new people in here, which is kind of exciting. We got this girl, Cecilia, and then we already had Ravi. Oh, I thought it was gonna let me. There we go. We already had Ravi. We already had Kreen. We did pull Sigrid, which is crazy. We got both Cecilia and Sigrid within 10 summons. And then the other one who's not on there, where'd she go? It's so hard to find people on these lists. There she is, Acades. So we got her as well. We already had Angelica, but it's always nice to have a backup healer. She actually has a defense break, so I'm actually kind of excited about her. And the other people on our list here are Angelica, Silk, and Tenebria. So Silk, we're actually going to 5-star soon. I have 2 other Silks already, so we're going to use them to 4-star her. Because unlike other games, you don't get skill ups for feeding them directly or for using them to skill up. It's a little bit different. So let's come in here. Let's go to enhance skills. Who am I working on right now? Cecilia. So here's her kit. You can see I've already got a couple skill ups into her. I have 2 skill ups into her first skill, and then I have 2 skill ups into her third skill. Instead of using like typical games like DHC and Summoner's War use Devilmon, this is a little bit different. You have to farm all these materials. So it takes 3 Malagora, and for her it takes 5 path power loops for the next skill up. And every skill up is different. Like if I come over here, it only takes 1 Malagora for the first skill. For this one, it was 1 for the first skill, 2 for the second skill, and now the third skill is a lot harder. as it should be, as it's the cooldown turn. So we still have to farm for that. But that's the only way you can skill her up. So why would you feed extra units to her? I'm going to show you why. We've only done this with one person so far. Oops. Wrong tab. Let's go back. So here, let's go hero. I'm honestly not even sure if you can see it on the main screen or if we're going to have to actually do it. But we started doing it with the Terranor guard, this guy. Alright, so you can see down here it says A, defense plus 30. That's because we fed other Terranor guards to him. Alright, so we can't see it from here. So let's go look at, say, Alexa. Alexa has none. It says memory imprint required. So she has no grade yet. So what we can do is I saved one of these girls just to be able to show you guys this. So Clury here can be transformed into an even stronger champion called Falconer Clury. So she has a current rank of D, defense plus 12. So what we're going to do, because she's max level, they won't actually let us do it. Alright, well anyway, what we would normally do is we would feed the other Clury to her, and it wouldn't give her a skill up, but it increases this, which is really, really nice. Getting those extra stat bonuses is huge, and apparently for triple S units, it can be really impactful and make a huge difference. So those two things are the first two things that are different. They kind of make it a little bit interesting. I like the fact that it's got different mechanics from all the other games. Let's come back to the girl I'm currently working on. Keep in mind, guys, I have only been playing this game for... Where'd it go? I've only been playing this game for a few days. So this is day 4. No, this is day 5. So my gear is still terrible. I'm working on it, but it's terrible. Basically, the gear I have on her, I only put it on her for the stats. If you can see the stats here. So I put it on her to try and get her with a little more effectiveness, which is essentially accuracy. And I wanted her to have a high crit chance. And I was trying to get speed on her. It didn't really work. And we want HP on her as well. So it's a lot of stats. She's going to be very stat hungry. But all in all, I think it's going to be really good. But the one thing I wanted to show you guys is you can see the 6 normal pieces of gear. This is the same concept as in Summoner's War or DHC. But there's an artifact. So when you summon, you can summon either artifacts or you can summon units. So it means you'll get less units throughout the course of summoning, but these artifacts are super important. So I managed to pull this card, which is apparently really good on Cecilia. What it does is increase the defense of all allies by 10% and takes 14% of the damage suffered by them. Does not overlap with an artifact, providing the same effect. So she can basically absorb damage for other units and be your tank as well. So this is like an extra bonus now that I have on my units, and I can do that with any of my units. You can see Angelica here. So I decided to pick this card for her. Increases caster's combat readiness, which is essentially their attack bar, by 21% when using a skill that does not attack enemies. So I could change that if I really wanted to. Maybe we change it to this, 28% chance to reduce cooldown by 1 turn when attacked. So if we wanted to put her in the front line where she gets hit the most, then we would put this card on her so she gets attacked a lot, and it would most likely reduce the cooldown on her skills, which would mean that she can again use her immunity much sooner, right? This is the card I used to have on her, but because I got Cecilia, I moved her over to the Megaris home because she's not going to be on the front line anymore. Whoops. Rip. There we go. What else? So some of the important things you want to make sure you're doing, and some of the things that I had a hard time doing was making sure you're always collecting everything, because they don't just get sent to your inbox like other games might. Some things will get sent to your inbox, but like here, if you achieve missions, they're all going to be in here, and there's different missions all the way through. On top of that, let me see if we have any. I don't have any I can show you. But when you complete certain missions, on the left here it says reputation. Once that reputation gets filled, so this says 895 out of 1,000. Once that gets to 1,000, there's going to be an upgrade here. It'll be a big green button that pops up. You click on it, and there's like a story mode that pops up. You can just skip that video and come back. Once you hit skip, it will give you like a bonus effect. So it says friendship points reward plus 1% and maximum energy plus 5. So we get those bonuses just because we collected it. If you don't hit that button and you don't skip those things, you won't get those free bonuses. So make sure you do that. Next thing I want to show you is the event. So first event, the only event that I've been a part of is this Christmas event. So you can come in here, you grind the Christmas event, and you can select which things here you want to buy. So you can see I'm done the event. The only thing I didn't buy was the Card of Small Miracles, because I've already got a couple of them and I'm not really using them. I even bought a couple of these chests. I'm honestly probably going to get the stockings up to 200 and then just buy one more chest and then call it a day. And then the second half of the event with these tickets hasn't started yet. So let me just jump into this really quick so you can see what it looks like for new players. So floors 1 to 10 here are where you would get your stockings from, and then the floors up here that are still locked are 11 to 20, and that's where you're gonna get your tickets from. So you can't do that yet. It'll be open, I'm guessing, sometime next week. That's it pretty much for the first part of the event. The second part of the event that I didn't even notice, and thankfully somebody told me because I had no idea, is if you scroll this over, you have this Archie mission. Let me see if it should work on here. I've never tried it on this player. Yeah, okay, it shows up. So you scroll down and you have to find Archie. So you click tap to start. It's like the ball and cup game where Archie goes into one of the cups. They spin around in all different directions. You have to pick which one he's in. If you get it, you get a reward. If you don't, you still get 40 energy, so it doesn't really matter. But I would recommend not playing it online if you're going to do that, because if it lags at all, you'll miss it and you'll pick it wrong. I actually got it wrong both times I tried it on LD player, and then I went on my tablet to do it, and I haven't missed since. It's not that difficult if there's no lag, but sometimes it just moves so quick it's hard to tell. Then don't forget, after that, that's not it. Make sure you scroll down further. So I made the mistake the first couple days of not scrolling down here. And I didn't even notice this existed. So I've only run it 8 times. Because I think I only did 2 of the missions the first day, and then I did all 3 the second day and the third day. And that's where we're at. So thankfully we did the math today. We still have enough time to get this gold transmit stone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what that gold transmit stone does now. And this is part of the reason why we got an ML summon. ML is Moonlight, for those of you from other games. It allows you to summon basically a light dark unit. So we currently have 5 of these gold transmit stones, and you need 6 in order to summon a free light dark summon. Or you can exchange it for a 4-star or 5-star, which would be the equivalent of like a legendary summon. But in this game, the light darks are really, really strong and really, really rare. So it's the better purchase. So we're going to do that at the end of the video. The other thing I want to show you is kind of how the beginning of this game works. So it's very interesting. I thought it was a really neat idea that they implemented this in the game. So this is where you start, stage 1-1. You come through, once you finish stage 1-4 here, they'll give you 1 free summon. Apparently they used to get a bunch of summons here, and you could actually re-roll your account at 1-4 until you got something good. But they don't let you do that anymore. You only get 1 summon, and it's a guaranteed 3-star. So that doesn't really do you any good anymore. But then you summon through to stage 110, and they give you 10 free summons. Basically, Cash, just go lay down. So they give you 10 free summons where basically you can just summon whatever you want. So yes, some of them are artifacts and some of them are units, and you might not get anything, but there's a button right beside it that says if you don't like these 10 summons, summon again. And you can discard the first 10 and you can do a second 10. Now you can never go back, but you can do that up to 30 times, which is amazing. So basically you get 300 summons that you can test out whatever units you want. Well, you can't test them, but you can summon any units you want to start the game with. So usually people are hunting for a Nat 5 of their choice. Personally, I re-rolled until I got both a above average Nat 5 and a good Nat 4. And it took me a lot of re-rolls. You can get up to, let me show you here. Alright, so if you don't want to keep one of your 30 sets of summons you do, you can just come in here and reset your account. Obviously, I don't want to go anywhere near that button right now, just in case I mess it up. But you can reset your account and you can go back. You do have to farm those 10 stages over again, which kind of sucks and it's kind of time consuming. It takes about half an hour. But then you can do those 300 summons all over again. You can just keep doing that. So what I personally did, I ended up resetting my account like 20 times. I did it over the course of 2 days. I figured if I'm going to play this game a lot, then I want to make sure I have a good start in the game. So I came in and I got Suri and I got Angelica. Or sorry, I got Ravi and Angelica. This is Ravi. She's a warrior attacker. I don't know if she'll end up being used a lot late game, but she was pretty good for early game, at least so far. And then Angelica is known as probably the best healer in the game. Her and Akates are probably the top 2 healers in the game. Destiny is a 5-star, and she's apparent from what I understand. I don't really know. Early game, she's probably the best. But from what I understand, late game players are moving away from her and moving into Angelica and Akates. Like I said, I'm only 5 days into the game. I could be wrong. If you guys disagree with me, feel free to post that down in the comment section below. And then one other thing I want to show you guys is the Awakening. The Awakening is a little bit different. So you don't just awaken them once. So here's the first Awakening. We got a stat increase, and then we got these 2 smaller ones here, the base stat increases. So that's pretty cool. Then the second one, you come in, same idea, you got effectiveness increase, like gives you little ones. The third one, you get a skill increase. So on her, the chance increased by 50% when the caster's health is less than 50%, which doesn't happen in the first one. So it's adding that. It goes from 35% chance to decrease attack to 35% chance plus 50% when the caster's health is less than 50%. So if she's taking a lot of damage, she's more likely to decrease the enemy's attack, which is really nice because that's going to prevent them from killing her, hopefully. So, and then there are 3 more levels, yeah, 3 more levels after that. I haven't done any of the last 3 as I just got her last night, but we can do this one now because she's hit level 40. So you can see her star level moved up to 4 out of 5 stars in terms of her Awakening. So you can tell when somebody's been investing in their units, it'll be 6-starred with 6 awakened stars as well. I don't think we can do this one yet, no. We need 14 more of these Blessing of Orbis things that we only have 1 of. So I don't even know where we're supposed to get those. We're supposed to figure that out. I have a link somewhere in my Discord if you guys want to check it out that says where you can find all the things you need to farm these things. And that's about it, I think. So that's kind of like what I like and don't like about the game so far. Well, that's everything actually I've liked so far. I think if there's anything that I sort of disliked about it, yeah, we only have 8 energy. I'm gonna refresh anyway after the video. So, whoops. Let's just start a run so you guys can see. So it's a little bit different than Dungeon Hunter Champions, but it's super similar to Summoner's War. Actually, you know what? Instead of doing this, sorry, I changed my mind again. Let's go to Arena, and I'll show you guys Arena. That way we're not autoing, and it give me a better chance to show you exactly what I mean. Alright, so let's attack this person. First one on our list. We're just going to bring our normal team in here. Alright, so first things first, if you look at the right hand, or sorry, if you look at the left hand side over here, if you can see my cursor, you can see the order in which everybody's going to attack. So these units are all moving down. So first up is my Tenebria, because she's relatively fast. But then you can see their unit's going to move next. And then I would be taking turn 3, turn 4, and then they'll move again. So ideally, if I had like an attack bar decrease or a stun or something like that on Tenebria, I don't even know, like, so this one inflicts poison. Attacks with a Nightmare Crystal, decreasing combat readiness of all remaining enemies by 50% when an enemy dies. Oh, when an enemy dies. Never mind. So we're not going to kill anybody, I don't think. I mean, we can try. I don't even know who's going to be the squishiest. He's a nat 5. She might not even have anything on her. She might be squishy enough that we can kill her. So let's try and kill her. Maybe we get lucky, and then it reduces their attack bar, and we get to go second. So it is a turn-based game, unlike Dungeon Hunter Champions. But so we didn't quite kill her, which means he goes next. But now it's our turn again. Ravi's up now, and we should be able to just. I mean, we can. I think we're just gonna kill her. And then our Kareen is next. Alright, so this has the defense break, which is kind of nice. Honestly, I think we're just going to try and take her out. Not quite. But because of her... Okay, so a critical hit will decrease defense for 1 turn and grant an extra turn. So now we get the extra turn and we crit, so she has a defense break. So because she gets the extra turn, we can just kill her. And then we can put up immunity. So eventually, once you have really good gear on your units, which we obviously don't have, but once you have really good gear on your units, I could speed sync that to be like all my units in a row, and then put my immunity buff right at the end of it. So that right away I put up the immunity buff, and when they start attacking into me, I've already got immunity and there's nothing that they can do. Actually, we don't even need that. Alright, so let's hit the auto to wrap this up. And then we'll go jump in and we will do our summons. We only technically have 1 summon, but we're gonna buy 1 more, and that'll give us enough for our gold stone, which is gonna give us the ML summon. So hopefully this video helped you guys out, especially for the new players. I know a lot of you guys are coming over from Dungeon Hunter Champions just because you're sick of all the stuff going on there. So if you're new, make sure you comment down below. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We will be putting out a ton more content. Like I said, I'm only 5 days into the game, so I don't want to give out too many. I'm not going to start giving out guides or anything yet when I don't really have any information to give you guys yet. But as I learn and progress through the game, we'll make sure to be adding more guide videos and stuff like that. In the meantime, we'll be posting about events and stuff like that. So let's start with our first summon. So you need 5 of these Covenant bookmarks to do 1 summon. We have 8, so we can do the first one for free. Alright, so it's going to be a 3-star because we didn't get any flashy lightning. Alright, we have this 3-star Daydream Joker artifact. Deals extra damage equivalent to 1.5% of the enemy's max health when attacking. I'm not currently using that card. Somebody said it was good. I don't really know where I would use it. If you look down the bottom left-hand corner here, it says summoning mileage. So it's kind of like a mercy system, except even if you get an at 5, it still applies. So we're at 19 out of 20 to get one of these, and we already have 5 of these gold transmute stones up here. And when we go to the shop, you only need 6 to buy the ML summon, so which means we're only 1 away. And of course, since we're on stream, we're just gonna buy the summon. It costs 100 gems, and we only have 581 left, but we're gonna do it anyway, just for the good of the video. That, and if I don't do it here, then I'll get the summon probably sometime tonight, and I would end up doing it on my own anyway. So at least this way I record it if I get something crazy. Alright, so we got another 3-star artifact, Atmos Portal, 10% chance to decrease the skill cooldown of all allies by 1 turn at the beginning of battle. It's a really low percent, but that could be crazy strong if it works. Like if you have this on a super fast unit that already decreases attack bar, that could be crazy. You could, I mean, technically, it doesn't even need to be on a fast unit. It could be on anybody. So you could end up stealing a turn just because you have this. Alright, so you can see here we're now at summoning mileage 20 out of 20. We'll collect that. Brings us up to 6. So now we have to go back to the shop. We'll buy our ML summon, and hopefully we'll get something good. The nice thing is that the rates for ML summons are actually quite high. I think somebody said it was like 27.5% to get lasers, or lightning, or whatever we call it in this game. So here you can see these galaxy bookmarks are the ML summons, and the 4 5-star hero summon is here. I don't really need any of the 4 stars, and odds are it's going to be a 4-star. I don't really need anything in terms of units. Like, I'm so early that I really just need to build what I've got. So we're gonna get the ML summon. Also, basically all the 4 stars of the ML summons are good. So you, like, if you count, I think it was 27.5% for a 4-star and 2.5% for an at 5, which is crazy high compared to most games. Like, I know Summoner's War and Dungeons & Champions was only 0.5%, so it was 1 in 200 summons was an at 5. So here, being 2.5%, I mean, that's pretty damn strong. So, not saying that we're going to get one, because we've already got one, we're probably not, but even just the chance of getting a 4-star is really good, and all the 4 stars are strong, and a lot of the 3 stars are strong. It's like maybe 50% of the 3 stars are really strong. So that's enough talking. Let's just do this. These ML summons make me really nervous. We've done 4 so far. We have 2 Herados, we got a dupe Elson, and we have the Nat 5 Tenebria. So here we go. 3-star, because there's no lasers, but oh my god, wow. So we now have 3 of our 5 ML summons have been Herado. Rip. Now I think, just to be clear, I know a lot of people are bashing him, but I think he's going to be really good late game. We don't need him right now. He does have a strip, however. I know it sounds like I'm just making the best of a bad situation, but I seriously think he has potential late game. There you go. Here's our 3 Herados. But if you look at his kit, attacks with his staff with 35% chance to silence. Wait, hold on. And you can bump that up to 50%. Also, just so you guys know, all the skills that are in the shape of this cross are passive skills. So if you see it as a cross instead of a square, it's a passive skill. That's why there's no cooldown reduction on it. Decreases regen of all enemies by 35% at the beginning of battle, and increases caster's combat readiness by 20% when the enemy uses a non-attack skill. So if I guess if you're bringing this into comps that have like a lot of healers or something like that, it'd be nice to have him, or even immunity buffs. Like if you're bringing him into Angelica, who's got immunity, every time she puts up immunity, his combat readiness gets increased by 20%. So that's kind of nice. And you want that because he attacks all enemies with his ultimate with dark magic with 80% chance to dispel one buff before decreasing combat readiness by 15%. So not, first of all, he strips, and so this says 80%, but if you skill him up, it's 100%. If you look at his skill ups down below. So he has a 100% chance to strip, plus once he strips, he decreases combat readiness, which is the attack bar. So he's going to strip, and you're going to probably get the next turn on top of it, which is really strong. And we've already got a couple other ones to increase his memory imprint, which we talked about earlier. So we'll probably end up building him. But yeah, I'm not overly happy that 3 of our 5 ML summons have been the same guy. But other than that, it's not all bad. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you had a great holiday. If you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. If not, I hope you just enjoyed the time off. Got some rest and had a great day. We'll see you guys all soon with another video. Thanks for watching, guys.